Oh my god, if I ever see you, I don't give a if I'm an influencer, it is so on. I don't care how big you are, I don't care how scary you look. For Zuza, bro, I would do so much shit, and you guys don't understand that. That's what pisses me off.
We have a lot of updates on the Samara situation. Samara has responded to Zuza's mom, talking about her and telling her to stop. Samara has also created an online group very recently, and they plan to call out lots of influencers and have called out someone recently. Zuza's mom invited a lot of different people, including influencers, to mourn the loss of Zuza, and Samara either did not show up or was banned. So there is a ton of stuff to get into, and with that, let's get into this situation. I know there's a lot to it, so stay tuned. So obviously a lot of you already know this situation, so there isn't much to explain, but I will do a very, very short summary for the few of you who do not know what is going on.
Yo, this is my crash out video. Watch the whole thing. First of all, I would like to say, fuck you, even if you follow me.
So there's a lot of layers to this situation, but it mainly revolves around Samara's recent video, which she calls herself a crash out video. Most of you know by now about Zuza's very sad and tragic passing, where she sadly passed away due to cancer. Well, a lot of the influencers completely understandably took a break or posted videos saying goodbye to her. And at first, Samara did the same thing, but as time went on, she seemed to be doing worse mentally, to put it quite plainly. And it was partially due to the hate she was getting, because some of the videos she filmed, people thought she was being disrespectful to Zuza, which is debatable, but each video was getting progressively worse, and she was getting more angry and saying crazier things in each video. And then the crash out video came out, and she called out a bunch of people, said she beat up a few people, and overall it was an interesting watch.
Imagine losing your best friend, someone you classed and called your little sister. Then you post online that you're grieving over your best friend who just passed away. Then the whole internet goes against you, makes hate pages of you and your best friend. You get called weird for having a weird connection with your best friend, or being called too close with your best friend. All of this piles and piles and piles up. You eventually speak out and you go absolutely crazy, and you blow up at every single person that's done you absolutely shit in this situation. You then get called crazy and delusional.
So when her video first came out, a lot of people were on her side, including me, and I can completely understand anyone's perspective on her side. And it seemed like she was rightfully calling out people that were being fake towards Zuza and this and that, and just overall that her reaction was justified. But then Zuza's mom released a statement talking about how she wasn't her best friend. This statement was clearly about Samara, and Zuza's mom basically said, hey, they're not actually friends. She's lying about her online. She's spreading hate. Zuza would be super uncomfortable with this. Zuza's actual friend was someone in her grade that wasn't really online much. They didn't post online, and that's what made their friendship so good. Zuza's mom also said the noise online does not represent Zuza's actual relationships, which obviously changed the narrative a ton, or changed the opinions online a ton, including mine, because when the family speaks out, I mean, it should not be controversial to say that the family obviously knew Zuza the best, and when they're saying that the friendship wasn't like as real as Samara was saying, then obviously that makes her a little less credible.
Give my opinion on the Samara crash out, because I feel like my opinion matters, and I'm the Royal Majesty of the UK, so listen to my opinion. I have to say, I feel like some people don't understand that Samara has lost her best friend. You know, Zuza was her best friend. People do have to understand she is going through the grieving stage, and, you know, trying to come to terms of the fact that she's lost somebody that meant so much to her. If I had to give honest and real advice to Samara, get off TikTok.
And Zuza's mom also made it clear in the post that they understood that she was not doing well mentally, but they did not want their daughter's image ruined over it, and they tried to get her help, but she wouldn't listen. That's what the post seemed to be hinting at. So overall, this is, and I've said this in former videos, a situation where no one is a winner, no one's a villain. Samara is not a villain. She is experiencing something very hard, but that does not give her an excuse to lie about things, threaten people, and do the stuff she is doing, which there's a lot more stuff that has come out recently that we'll look at. But at the same time, once again, making a hate page on her or spreading misinformation is obviously not acceptable, because she is a human that needs to take a break from the internet internet so her mental health can improve because she desperately needs that right now. Well, I've seen some Snap stories that people have saved of hers, and recently there was one where she was bragging, and the music, she's singing to a rap song, and well, there's one playing in the background, so it's copyrighted and I can't play it, but in it she says how she made 3.8K and thank you Zuza, which once again she is grieving, but she needs to be careful because I can see why people see what she's doing right now is a bit disrespectful and why the parents were like, hey, you really need to stop posting this stuff about our daughter.
I had 2 IVs in, but yay, the doctor took one out. Thank God, this one was hurting so bad. I'm gonna be okay, and I'll make like a story time later. But
Samara was also in the hospital before making the crash out video. We do not know exactly why. She said a few different things. There was a rumor that she had cancer, which has been proven false. I am 99% sure. Obviously, we do not know everything with her, but that's been proven false. There's been a ton of misinformation spreading around, so just be careful on TikTok because people are faking screenshots. Don't believe most of the screenshots of alleged messages because those are likely fake.
With Zuza's recent passing, it has become very apparent that Samara is struggling mentally. From the day Zuza passed up until today, Samara has posted so many videos related to her passing. In a lot of the content that Samara is posting, she is saying things like how her and Zuza were best friends and how Zuza's death has affected her so much.
And for this video and former videos, I have gone through a ton of the old videos to really see more about their friendship, at least what they made public, obviously. It did seem pretty sweet. There would be trips where Samara would buy Zuza anything she wanted and would do all this stuff. They filmed TikToks. Their connection seemed really sweet. And while Samara did not attend the celebration of life for Zuza, while a lot of other influencers did, including one that was with Samara before, but once again, that my guess is that Samara was not allowed to attend, likely due to that post, likely due to her crash out video. Completely respect the family's wishes, but people are saying she skipped it. I don't think she skipped it. I don't think she was allowed to show up. But anyways, the mom did say that Samara was a good companion to Zuza, but in the post, she wasn't like her friend, if you know what I mean. That seems to be what the mom's saying.
Samara has posted a lot of videos about Zuza and her family, but recently she posted a crash out video. In this crash out video, she bashed a bunch of the young women in the Glow House and a bunch of other creators and influencers on TikTok. She basically just bashed and name dropped everybody that she could, and she said that the Glow House was very toxic and really affected her mentally. Which is understandable. She has every right to be able to say that if that is actually what happened. In this video, Samara shared that she was severely and it is just clear that she is struggling a lot. I also personally just found this video kind of immature. She's bashing so many people just because she's not in a good place.
I agree. Like, a few of the things and people she bashed weren't even related to Zuza. Like, I could understand Alexis, while I would handle it a bit more maturely rather than threaten to beat her up. Alexis made a lot of mistakes, but it seems like right now she is trying. Sure, she may just be doing this for clout or whatever, but it seems like she is doing her best to seek forgiveness and really redeem herself for how she treated Zuza, which honestly is a great thing. But a lot of the drama didn't even involve Zuza. It was like random cheating and breakup and stuff that involved other people that had nothing to do with anything. So yeah, I do agree that it seemed like she was taking her anger out on random people.
And sure, maybe these people really are bad people and maybe she's had some bad experiences. But for her to make a video bashing all of them, cursing, and struggling to articulate herself, while it's clear that she's in a bad place, is not a good look for her. And I get that she's just a kid and that she's struggling, but being in a bad place mentally isn't an excuse to treat other people badly or spread rumors about other people online.
Exactly. I'm tired of people using this excuse all the time. Like, for any action they make, they're like, well, I'm in a bad mental place. That doesn't give you an excuse. Like, it is never an excuse to do something bad to someone, to lie about someone, any of that. It's never an excuse, and it seems like she was kind of using this as an excuse in the video, and especially looking at the mom's post, it does not make her look better. And ever since this obvious post that the mom made, she's been silent. Samara has not said anything. She's not posted anything. She's just been off the internet. So her response is basically not responding.
Now I'm gaining followers like a motherfucker, bro. Everything happened, bro. I had so many influencers text me, thank you. That's all I've ever wanted, bro. Okay, to keep it in perspective, bro, Sophie Rain texted me. I'm done, Zuza. You're pissing me off right now. I have made like 5 fucking videos.
And it can be dangerous once you start using what you're experiencing as an excuse. And I know this because I have been around or communicated with people online who have done this. I remember people would DM me and they would say things like, well, if you don't respond, you cannot use this type of stuff, especially something you're going through, as an excuse. Or that one YouTuber I remember that would make videos on me and I responded to it and I stopped responding to her because I realized she just wanted my attention for some reason. She was weirdly obsessed and she started saying how like her and her friend were gonna. Because of me, mind you, I hadn't responded to this girl for over a month because once again, I realized she was just weirdly desperate for my attention, which is weird because I know I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm not really, to be honest, anyone. And it was just really creepy and weird to me. It was the first time someone had ever really been this weird and obsessive over me. So I was just weirded out by it. But anyways, that's what I'm trying to say here is we cannot enable this behavior on any level. Obviously, that was way more extreme than what Samara is doing. But what I'm trying to say is we have to learn to value her. But at the same time, we cannot be like, oh, well, she's struggling, so whatever she does is okay. Because it's not. The family said it. Enough people have said it now that, no, it's not okay. The family themselves have made it clear she's spreading misinformation. So we don't know what she's lied about yet, but clearly she's lied about something enough because I'm sure it was incredibly uncomfortable for them to make this statement, but they had to.
Okay, so Samara commented on my TikTok. Get ready with me while we talk about that. Also, there's a fat piece of mascara in my eye. Hell no. So I've been making Get Ready With Me's for a while, but I had to get a new account, but I never expected her to have seen it. And not only did she see it, but she also commented on it. To be so honest, I didn't really get it. She said that Zuza didn't like the Glow House, she only liked traveling, and then ended it with like a so thank you. I make sure to never say what somebody thought or what someone feels because you don't know. So I was very aware to make sure everything I say was my opinion, and I made sure to not talk about Zuza. I only said I didn't watch her content. So I am a little confused what her comment meant, and I'm really hoping she didn't take it in a negative way, because I don't think anybody should be treated the way she's being treated right now. And everybody's saying she could just scroll or not look at the comments. People could also just scroll and not comment.
Exactly. And because they're likely or could be easily faked, I'm not going to show them, but people have been posting Twitter DMs saying that they texted her and she responded, and that is a possibility for sure if she is going through it right now. But at the same time, her recent TikToks, all of them have gone mega viral. I can only imagine how many notifications that is, so that could just be fake. That's once again why I'm not showing them. Do not believe any of the Snapchat, like the Snapchat type, the Snapchat account stuff, that's all fake.
But just like it's their choice to, that's also her choice. She also has stated that she's getting help, but it's really hard to get help and take a break when people are coming at somebody she thinks of as family. She's trying to take the break everybody's been telling her to take, and yet people are still blowing up Dagmara's comment, talking about her. And even if she wasn't going to take a break off the internet, you can't control other people, but you can control the nasty comments you're sending. In the end, it's her mental health, it's her life, it's her page, it's her career. I know I'm really hating my makeup right now. So honestly, I've shared my opinion on the situation. Nobody has to listen to my opinion. I got people in my comments asking me, who am I to talk about this? I'm literally nobody special. I didn't share facts of things I didn't know. I made sure to be respectful to everybody. And if you don't want to listen to my opinion, you don't have to.
And I'm not going to pretend like Zuza's passing is the only reason for her mental decline currently, because let me tell you, researching for this video and going through different TikToks, the hate she gets, like 90% of it is on her looks currently, because for the recent videos, she was making kind of crazy faces and she wasn't wearing makeup and stuff, but like out of all the things to dislike her for, her looks, people are just insulting her. They're like, pretty privilege won't save her now and all this stuff, and I do understand why she's so mad, and like, it's just, once again, the only answer for her is to take a break, because as we know, TikTok drama and TikTok situations, they don't last long. The hate will die out eventually. Just like Paul to Real, that went away quickly. She just has to like take a break, even though it's really hard to.
Me and Samara used to be friends. Yes, I mean Samara from the Glow House. Make sure to comment down FYP and make sure to follow. So first, I'm going to start with saying me and Samara were friends, and our friendship basically ended because she got popular. And when I tried making a Get Ready With Me account before, I did not have a lot of followers. So apparently she could not hang out with me. She could not talk with me anymore because I did not have her standards of a lot of followers ever since she got into the Glow House. And she definitely acts different for views, and I think that's why she's been acting super weird about Zuza's death, for the views. She gives this depressed story about Zuza's death, but from me knowing from being her friend before, she likes to do a lot of stuff for views. Like all this, oh my god, Samara, she's right there. She's not even there. Making those things, posting depression, posting crash outs and all these stuff. It's for views and you guys are giving it to her. When I was her friend, she literally stopped talking to me because I didn't get enough views. So make sure to follow. Get me viral.
Okay, so I don't know how much I feel about this video or how much I agree with it, but I respect it, and you should just give your opinion on it specifically, because I am curious what you guys think of her specifically. I don't know if it's the best time for her to ask for followers in a situation like this, but if what she's saying is true, that does add another layer of we just have to be more careful about Samara, obviously. She could do it in a bit more respectful manner, but she's still got some stuff she has to say, so let's just hear it.
Get me viral. She also smokes a lot, as she told you guys, a lot of, which is making her act these type of ways, and everyone is acting so shocked, but she smokes so much. And she shared Zuza's business out, which was super not like a best friend would do. And I'm so glad that Zuza's mom spoke out and said that Chloe was her real best friend. Because what are you doing? A real friend would not tell people that Zuza, or whatever she did, it's no one else's business. Especially now she died now. That is like so disrespectful to your friend that the whole world knows now.
And also, Samara is probably doing this unintentionally, but when you go mega viral multiple times about Zuza and involve her in drama by talking about other influencers and what they did to her and stuff, or what you think they did, or if they treated her badly, you are like tying Zuza's name to like a TikTok situation and that only. So I can understand why the family spoke out. That might have not been the specific reason. There were obviously tons of other reasons. Like, once again, I'm stuck on the false information because obviously I respect it completely. They did not clarify. I respect their boundaries, all that. But like, I'm so curious what stuff she's lying about because that's scary. She could have lied about anything. Like, there's so much stuff she's talked about with Zuza. I mean, she could literally be lying about so much.
Like, she is a view chaser and she needs help. I'm not saying that she's doing this all for views, but I'm saying she also needs help. Like, the way she's acting, maybe she is sad about Zuza's death, but someone who is actually grieving would not be posting every second. Like her real friend Chloe, do you see her posting about it every second? Do you see her saying, I'm Zuza's best friend?
I'm gonna be so for real. This is actually something that happens. When people pass away, this is a common thing. The people that are really close to them, and doesn't occur with every case, but sometimes it does, where it is something that is kind of common, where the person or the people that knew them don't post about it. Just like how Zuza, according to her family's closest friend, didn't post, or well, she wasn't super public, super online about it. She didn't post much, but the influencers did. It's likely that once again that quite a few of them did treat Zuza badly, but as soon as she passes away, they post a video crying to it and get 7 million likes, if you know what I mean. So it is a lot of the time the people that are so publicly crying and saying sad things about it, and I'm not saying Samara specifically, but like that is something that happens. Like, it is so easy to fake it when you were terrible to that person while they were alive.
Like, no, girl, stop posting about it. She died. You're grieving. You don't need to post every single thing for attention. Like, every post now has been about Zuza, and it's like getting crazy and creepy. Guys, when me and her stopped being friends, I was actually pretty sad because I was like, oh, I wish I would be famous. She's all famous now. She forgot about me. And when I tried to get invited to some of the Glow House events, I love Gianna. No offense to Gianna, I don't know her, but I didn't get invited to any. And Samara got invited to them all, and I remember texting her about the Halloween party, and I was like, oh, are you going to a Halloween party? I didn't get invited. Maybe you could help me get invited. And she's like, oh, I don't think you would because you don't have enough followers. Please follow, guys. I would love to go to one of those events. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that Samara was rude about it. She probably is right. I don't have a lot of followers. I also just started this account, but it is my dream to become an influencer.
And obviously this person is biased. This isn't me hating on them. I think I'm pretty everyone has bias, obviously, but this person obviously has a right to dislike Samara if what they're saying is true, but at the same time, when they're talking, just keep in mind they dislike Samara, and the way they talk about her is going to put her in more of a bad light, possibly than how she actually is. So I do like this perspective. I'm glad this person made this video, but you have to take everything they say with a grain of salt for obvious reasons. But I hope that they achieve their dream of becoming an influencer. That is very, very cool. I hope they get that goal and everything goes well.
Hey guys, this video is to give props to Samara. And I know a lot of you may be wondering, what do you mean props to Samara, like with everything she's been posting? But what a lot of people have been ignoring is what she's really trying to say. Samara has been countlessly clocking normal people and influencers for their actions. But one of the biggest things that I agree with that she happened to point out is how people and influencers themselves act like They cannot be normal people who make mistakes. It's known that influencers do some things that maybe people online aren't okay with, but we're all our own people and we all either make mistakes or make our own life decisions because we have the right to do so. But everyone on the internet acts like it's the end of the world.
I really like this perspective as well, because I do agree. I like that in a lot of her recent videos, and I know it sounds wrong to say this because it's clear she was not wearing makeup because she is not doing well mentally, because she normally doesn't seem to not wear makeup because people bully people, especially influencers, when they aren't as pretty as they want them to be. So obviously no hate towards her for that. The amount of hate, once again, she got on her looks because she was not using a filter, because she was not using makeup is insane. Like, you people act like she's supposed to look like this, like, stunning, perfect, everything has to be perfect about her just because she's an influencer. Like, it's insane. And everyone knows that she's pretty. Like, when she puts on, and she's really good at it, her makeup and films or TikToks, if you look at her most viewed, she has some videos that everyone talks about how pretty she is. So the second she's not wearing makeup, the half of the internet is saying she's so ugly and she lost her pretty privilege. Like, you people act like influencers are these goddesses that, like, are just not human. Like, they're human just like you. Like, I just don't understand why people are so dumb sometimes.
As a recently 18-year-old and someone who's dealt with problems with my image and having people online tell me things that I need to do to make myself look better or things that I need to stop doing, it enrages me. I'm tired of being able to sit back and accept what people say about me. So I say, rather than judging each other, especially since we're just normal people with a platform, that we all are able to recognize that we're all our own individual people who make mistakes. So yes, I 110% stand by Samara.
And that is exactly why the situation is not black and white, and people are acting like it is. People's logic, I kid you not, there are TikToks with like 100,000 likes where it's like, Samara's ugly, haha, well, she's in the wrong. Of course she is in the wrong in so many different ways, but it's not black and white. Like, her crash out video was not appropriate. It obviously was bad in so many different ways, but at the same time, it teaches an important lesson of how the internet treats people and influencers the minute they don't look perfect, or they don't act perfect, or they let something slip. Obviously, once again, the family came out and said she should not have released that video. Obviously, we have to respect the family. And people have also said, according to her former friends, that she is very clout chasing and she doesn't need to post all of this online. So there's so many different perspectives. You do not have to like her to acknowledge, though, that influencers are treated very weirdly online, and that is very strange. So once again, like, the fact that the most posts are about her looks and nothing else is just interesting to me, because, like, she's, first of all, like, she is pretty. Like, she is pretty with or without makeup, and just, like, why is that our number one priority, to make fun of her looks when we know she's struggling mentally and she has so many different problems right now?
I'm sure you've all seen Samara's crash out video by now. I just thought I'd give you my take on it because I've seen so many people ask me about it. Coming from someone that gets a lot of hate. And some of you guys also think that Samara was talking about me in that video. But first of all, Samara, I just wanted to let you know that you clocked their shit. I'm actually all here for it. Like, yeah, we're all influencers and PR and everything. Like, we should be the best version of ourselves. But no, why should we be so nice on the internet when you guys are just all hating on us? She said what she needed to say and she clocked your shit.
And after we finish this, we're going to talk about the new group she started, and that's definitely a controversy in itself, and it's a big deal. We'll talk about that right after this, after I finish talking about this specifically. But yeah, this is a very controversial opinion, but influencers don't have it as easy as you think. TikTok doesn't pay much. I mean, honestly, someday it's kind of like one of my dreams to do something fun on TikTok and show my face, but I don't know if I ever will, because once again, it doesn't really pay well. It's very short term. Only a few people, very talented people, can keep it long term, because you just have to do the right thing and you have to do, like, the right stuff for such a long period of time. It's no secret that it's very hard to stay relevant, but, like, the way people are treated and the way people are mocked, it's not an easy job. Like, I know that if a lot of influencers are incredibly privileged, but at the end of the day, they don't earn as much as you think, and it's not very fun. I don't think it would be, like, the most fun thing ever. So Samara has recently created a group called the Clock It House, and it's definitely interesting. I think they're planning on, well, it's in the name, clocking influencers, and this is either going to go really well or really badly. Since they haven't really done much yet, I guess I can't say that they're, like, doing anything bad, but like it just sounds like it's something that might crash and burn, to put it respectfully. They've released 2 videos and allegedly attacked a creator, though I cannot see where they've attacked that creator, but we're gonna get into all of it. There's a lot of stuff to do. Even though this house was like created, I swear it was created minutes ago, it's caused a lot of discussion online. And so far they haven't really done anything. They've just posted 2 TikToks basically saying they're gonna clock influencers and their parents, and yeah, I mean, it could be a good thing theoretically, just like the Glow House. The concept of it sounds good, but it doesn't seem to work out. Like, Glow House in itself, the idea of it, and the original creator, like, she seemed really nice and her intentions were super good, but it just didn't end up good because people are just toxic. And so far it has 3 members, so who knows? I guess in the coming days we'll find out, or coming weeks, whenever they decide to release their first clocking video.
Okay, so it's been brought to my attention that the Clock It House has decided to make me their first victim. For those of you that don't know the situation, I made 3 videos about the whole Samara and Zuza drama just because I lost a young cousin in a very tragic way recently, and being her family, I would have never tolerated the things that Samara is doing, so I felt the need to speak out.
I have not seen this video, but from what she's saying, it seems like it's okay to offer her opinion. I understand, and it sounds like obviously a very interesting perspective, but I can see why Samara, I'm not justifying it, but Samara has not been handling the hate or criticism, and it's mostly been hate, to be honest. This video likely was not, but it does make sense that she would target her because, yeah, she's not been reacting well to the hate and backlash.
After my first video, Samara decided to put me on blast in her story and in my comments and call me a sick person just for giving my opinion. I chose to ignore it because she's grieving. You know, not gonna argue with her. She thinks I'm sick, that's fine. She can think what she wants. Then after Zuza's parents made their post on her account, I made another video because I was right in my initial video and I dealt with a lot of hate in my initial video, and I made a second one talking about how I was happy they were doing her justice. That post was saved in my drafts from weeks before. You can see it in the video. I'm wearing clothes from about a week before. I went and got a video from my drafts with an audio that was appropriate to the situation, and I said what I said and I posted it. That video did happen to be using an audio that was like a sound promo, so it was monetized. At the time, I had less than 10,000 followers. I don't have a big following, and it's not likely for me to get videos that blow up. Most of my videos get like 100 likes. So obviously I wasn't expecting this video to get any attention. So after posting that video, I received a threatening DM from a member of the Clock It House who was actually also part of that sound promo campaign and was ranked lower than me.
Clock It House has about 4 members, so if you take a random guess, there's a 25% chance that you'll get it right. So I'm guessing for legal reasons, because some of the influencers do have power. They have agencies. Speaking of their agencies, my videos randomly get copyrighted sometimes because of them. So thank you to the stupid agencies. I'll use some TikTok and I'll get copyrighted a week later or 10 hours later. It's never right away. It's just like, okay, you know what? Copyright my video because I used 10 seconds of your person's stupid little TikTok. Anyways, back to this video.
Therefore making less money. He began threatening me in my DMs. He basically was trying to get me to take the video down, which would have made him almost double the money. I chose to ignore it because I knew that my intentions were good and that I had done multiple videos about Zuza and defending her in comments and in my videos for free, for no money, obviously, because it was something that I felt very strongly about. He then proceeded to start harassing me in my comments in multiple videos, trying to get my attention, trying to get me to take the video down. So then right now it was brought to my attention that the Clock It House decided to clock me and post a video about me, which you can do that all you want. I know that my intentions were good and I meant no ill intent behind my video, so I don't understand what you're clocking. I don't think these creators realize the gravity of the situation. By posting me with those nasty sounds and trying to post my picture and clock me, that's actually hate and harassment. I just think it's weird that they pick and choose when they want to hold people accountable. Maybe they should hold their friend Samara accountable for making money and posting about how much money she's making.
Once again, she is grieving. Maybe that's like a side effect of it, but it is weird. Once again, the music is copyrighted in the background, but she's like thanking Zuza for making so much money. And it's just kind of weird. And it's not really adding on or helping decrease the rumors on her just doing this for clout. And the family speaking out, it's not looking great on Samara. And the clock at house harassing this girl is definitely not adding on to that or making Samara look any better.
Before trying to hold me accountable. The entire time, my intentions were good. This was the one video that was monetized. Nothing else in my account has been monetized.
Yeah, they definitely cannot make the monetization argument. Because first of all, she made like no money out of this, clearly. Off of one video, like that is insane. Second of all, Samara, once again, has not only bragged about making money, but all of her videos, which the length is long and they're monetized because she's clearly bragging about it. Like, Samara's made way more than her on the same person. So it's just, that's not the argument I would go for, but you know what? Whatever. Maybe they will really clock people or something, or maybe they won't. I'm going with won't so far, but who knows?
Because Zuza wanted to be remembered as happy and whatever, and I feel like everyone's literally remembering her by Samara. And I personally think Samara's really selfish for that. If you guys don't agree with what I'm saying, this is genuinely just an opinion, and obviously I'm really relevant in this whole situation, but I just thought I'd share my thoughts. When I saw Dagmara's post on Instagram, my jaw literally dropped. The fact that Samara wasn't even Zuza's best friend is actually insane to me. This whole time Samara's been making it out that they were literally inseparable best friends, all of that, when in fact it was Chloe.
And I saw, going off of this, on my last video, a comment that got quite a bit of likes that offered a very interesting perspective, saying that maybe, obviously, Samara was not Zuza's best friend, but maybe Zuza was Samara's. Because in a different video, she talks about how she has no friends. So there is a possibility that, obviously, to Zuza, she had lots of influencer friends, but she valued, obviously, the close ones in real life. But to Samara, this is obviously just a perspective, just a speculation, but maybe Zuza meant more, or a ton, to Samara, because Samara didn't really have, in her own words, any friends. So we don't know. That's just a perspective. But that comment was honestly really interesting. I read that comment. I was like, that's an interesting perspective. I honestly really value interesting perspectives like that.
This whole time I used to follow Samara, but I decided to unfollow her due to all of this happening. Actually hit 6 million a few days ago, but I think now she's at 5.6 million. Obviously still a lot, but losing 400k over the past few days is insane. It's not even Zuza as well. Obviously Zuza, I feel so bad for her, but I also feel bad for everyone else that Samara insulted in her video. So many influencers that Samara insulted in the video. It was honestly just uncalled for. I'm talking about her crash out video, by the way. Concluding this whole situation, I really just think Samara should get professional help. Can we just talk about how beautiful Kylie's speech was at Zuza's funeral? And then also how Samara literally says they're best friends and doesn't even turn up to her own best friend's funeral.
Once again, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think she was allowed. I don't think she was invited. If they posted that about her saying she was spreading lies and needed help, I don't think they would invite her, because one, that would be really awkward, and two, they're probably scared, and rightfully so. I completely respect the family and value the family's opinion and take on everything over anyone else, any influencer, but they probably were scared that she would lie more. I can understand that. So, I mean, sure, there's a possibility that she didn't show up. Because she's struggling mentally, maybe she was invited. If I had to guess, I would say she likely was not invited. And the family made it clear that Zuza stood for positivity, and Samara has mentioned how, and once again, they said she was spreading lies, so this may have just been made up. That her and Zuza would spam the craziest stuff on alt accounts on other people's pages. They'd write tons of hate and stuff. And obviously that could be a very dangerous thing if it is a lie, because if somehow people found a connection between the alt accounts and Samara had said something racist or something really bad, that could damage Zuza's reputation. So I can see why the family is like, hey, just please stop making up stuff about our daughter. We want her to have a nice legacy. We want her to be known for what she stood for rather than hate. And that's what you're pushing. So I understand.
I am in so much pain, but I have the fucking glow house. And I have to promote my lashes. I haven't done this in so long. I'm on my period. I was at the hospital. I feel like shit. But I'm out of all my own lashes.
And I'm going to be honest, there is a chance, because so many people have kind of hinted that she likes to fake things or exaggerate things for attention and views. Sure, she could be faking. She could fake cry. She could be doing all this for attention. I just feel like it is wrong to, in the small chance that she's faking it, because, like, imagine if she isn't faking it. I just don't want to say that she is, because I would feel so guilty, because there's so many reasons why she could be struggling mentally and likely is. That's why I just feel like it's wrong, because so many people are saying she's faking it and she's doing it for attention, which I understand, because the family even was like, hey, she's spreading misinformation, this is not represent Zuza, and they weren't saying she was faking it. They were saying she is struggling mentally themselves, and that is why I mainly think she is because even the family has said that. I just don't really like that people are saying that she's, like, completely faking it, because I just feel like she isn't. I just feel like that's something that people shouldn't be saying.
Samara Fight 2.0 is coming out in, like, January, and that's gonna be, like, way cooler, and I already had, like, tears. I already had, like, tears all over it, guys. I had so much pain. And, like, I have to do the glow house today, because today we are making a video for Zuza, and I am gonna be there. Oh my god, I sound like a turd. We already put it off yesterday because I wasn't there, and they wouldn't do it without me. Like, they can't.
And I am proud of her, honestly. Even though I don't know this girl, I am proud of her for having her own business, and I know that can be very, very stressful, and I'm proud of her for how far she's come, and I really honestly just wish the best for her, even because especially right now, the amount of hate she's getting and the amount of backlash, that can be a lot on a person. Even if they've done a lot of bad things or said a lot of things that are understandably very controversial, I do really hope that she does better. Like, I hope she gets better, because seeing hundreds of thousands of comments under your video all saying that you're a terrible person and you used your best friend, or who you say, if she actually was a very close friend of hers. Obviously, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just saying, because the family seemed to say something like that, but I can understand that would have a terrible toll on a person, and just, it is true that they didn't give her a long time to grieve. Like, that's the way the internet works. I remember in a different scenario, with a different influencer, they were struggling with something, and the internet cared so much, and then after like a week when they continued to post about it, rightfully so, the internet was like, yeah, you're dragging it, which made me so mad. They do that with everyone. No matter what you go through, the internet will say you're dragging it, or they'll turn on you for some reason after about a week of you talking about it.
Which makes, like, sense. Okay, these are the thick kit. I'm just gonna do my thing out. Let me just tell you guys quickly how to do this, so you're not fucking clueless. I'm gonna do literally a whole set of just 18, because I wanna have long, like, lashes, and I'm probably just gonna layer, like, an 18 on the end. But, okay, how to do it. The 18s are on the bottom, they're the longest. You take the bond, and the bond is the black one. You're gonna put it on there, you're gonna put it on the lash, and then you apply the lash. And at the end, you put on the seal. You'll see. Okay, so I have my lash, and here you can, like, see there. Okay, whatever. And then you're gonna take it. Ah, I have a maximum of like 5 lashes, by the way. Okay, this is the first eye I did.
I apologize in advance. This is not on the video topic, but that looks like it is so much work. I'm trying to end this video on a less harsh note, because we're about to end it, and this video has obviously been very, very sad in many different ways, and obviously I don't need to explain, because you've made it this far, and thank you so much for that. But to end it on a more of a light note, I do wear fake eyelashes. I wear pretty light ones because it doesn't really work with my eye shape or my face, really. I've tried different kinds, and that just looks really hard. I've wanted to wear those, but, like, I feel like it would take me hours to, like, apply 18 to each side, because that seems like what she's saying. So I do respect that, because that, like, am I the only one that, like, thinks that would take forever? Like, it looks really pretty, but, like, taking that would take forever, because even putting on, like, I just put on, like, a thin layer of one, the all together lashes, and that takes forever to like place it in the right spot. I have to trim it and stuff. So I really respect that, and I hope that her company does well. And I really respect her for how far she's come, how big she's grown, and how talented she is, and how much potential she has. And I hope that she gets better from all this hate. I hope that she's able to get along with the family if the family is ever opening up, or like, you know what I mean, kind of redeem herself there, because that is a very saddening and horrific situation. I respect the family. I hope the family is able to grieve properly, and this entire situation does not get in their way, which it seems like it has for a bit. So I really hope the family is doing better. They are obviously the most important out of everyone in this situation. And yeah, this video was not the funnest, so I'm sorry about that. And that's all the updates I have on the situation. There were quite a bit, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.